Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about dating is easy when you know this. So the important thing that you need to know about dating, and the best piece of dating advice that I've ever seen and used that always works is this. And that is, you only focus on those dating prospects that are enthusiastic about you. The moment you start catching feelings or becoming obsessed with these people that you may be dating that are sort of half in and half out, that are displaying hot and cold behavior, that is when dating becomes very, very difficult and frustrating, and getting hung up on that one person that doesn't want you when you should really be focusing on the ones that do want you. Now, that doesn't mean that you should just settle for someone that likes you but you don't like them. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that you should only be, if when you're out on a date and you notice that the person that you're on a date with really does like you and is really enthusiastic about you, and you feel exactly the same way, and you're like, yeah, they're really beautiful or hot or handsome, yeah, they're amazing, they're great talking, they're great at talking, they've got great personality, they've got great looks, whatever it may be, and it feels like it's working, that's the one that you should be focusing on. That's the kind of person that you should be trying to find. That's the kind of person that you should be trying to focus on, not these other people that you may be dating that are sort of half in and half out, hot and cold. Because another great piece of advice that I've seen, and it floats around on the internet all the time, you see them in a lot of like memes and Instagram posts and things like that, and that is, take mixed signals as a no. Like if you're dating someone and you're trying to get them to be in a relationship with you, you're trying to make things happen with them, and it's just very, very difficult when you feel like you're getting a lot of mixed signals from them, it's best to assume that it's a no. Because if someone is giving you mixed signals, or they're hot and cold, or it seems like they're interested in you some days and other days it's just like that you can't even get them on the phone or whatever, then what that suggests to me is that you're not a priority and there's probably someone else that they prefer, okay, who they are focusing more of their attention on and their devotion to. And it could even be that it's an ex. It could be someone in their past that they're just not emotionally ready to let go of yet. It might not be it might not be that they're dating someone else. It could just be, like I said, someone from their past that they're just not over yet, okay? And that means they're not emotionally ready. They're not emotionally ready for another relationship, and basically they are going to display mixed signals, and it is going to be really confusing for you and really difficult for you. So it's always best to just let those people go that have mixed signals and just focus on those people that are enthusiastic about you. Now, is it rare to find someone who's enthusiastic about you? Maybe. It depends, okay? Because you could get lucky, because everything's so random in this life, especially. And the reason why things can seem quite random is because human beings are very complex, and everyone's situation is very complex. We live in complex civilizations, and someone might get really lucky in the first date that they ever go on. They meet someone who they're enthusiastic about, and they're enthusiastic about them, and that's a really amazing, lucky moment, okay? But not everybody's going to be that lucky. Sometimes it may be that you have to go on 10 dates to find someone who you're really enthusiastic about and they're enthusiastic about you as well. But it's just the luck of the draw a lot of the time, okay? So you shouldn't take it personally. But like, well, it seems like everybody else, gets in relationships really fast and they all seem so happy, and and maybe they are, or maybe they're not. It could be just what you're seeing, right? Because especially on social media, people only really post like a snapshot into their lives. They just post like a highlight reel, basically. So, just because they look happy doesn't mean that they necessarily, always are. And most relationships are like that anyway. You're not going to be constantly happy 100% of the time with the person that you're dating, with the person that you get into a relationship with the person that you're married with. Every relationship has its own bag of problems and things like that, but it's how well you deal with those problems as a team. And if you see each other as a team, then you'll be able to go past those problems much faster. You'll be able to get over those problems. But what I'm trying to suggest to you is, just because it may seem like other people are further ahead in life with you in terms of their romantic life, or in terms of their success and their businesses and stuff like that too, it doesn't matter, right? Some people just get lucky. Some people, create luck by working really hard, because maybe someone found a date that was really, really, like, they found the perfect love of their life, and maybe it was your friend, and you're like, oh, I'm so jealous of my friend because he or she managed to get into a relationship so fast. But maybe they went on loads of dates and you just didn't hear about it, right? To find that person, okay? But that's the good thing about this, okay? The good news is that if you keep on dating, if you keep on putting yourself out there, you will eventually find someone who you really like and they really like you as well. And if you're able then to let go of these people that are giving you mixed signals, these people that, it's just not working out with for whatever reason, or they're stringing you along, whatever it may be, the faster you let go of them, the easier then it'll be for to meet more people. Because, you can get hung up on someone, right? If, let's say, you go on a date with someone and it goes really, really well, or at least you think it goes really well, and you catch feelings, it may take you like a few months of just pining after that person in order to let go of them. When if you just let go of them immediately when they started displaying this hot and cold behavior, you wouldn't have wasted those months that you could have done finding someone better. So that's the whole point here, right? The whole point is that you let go of those people that are showing very low interest and low enthusiasm for you, so you don't waste your time, okay? Because like I said, you could get hung up on someone for a few months if you who's displaying hot and cold behavior, and it'll be really difficult for you, and you may not want to date anyone during that time because you're hung up on that person, yeah? But as you can see, you're wasting time. Yeah, if it, let's say it takes you like 6 months to get over that person, that's 6 months of not dating. That's 6 months where you could have been actually out there meeting someone who was enthusiastic about you, who did really like you, and because you weren't there to meet that person, then you didn't know that you was going to be, because you would have been enthusiastic about them too. But you never know unless you do that, right? Because you just lost that opportunity. You never know which opportunities you are missing by being hung up on someone who's showing little interest. Now, what I want you to understand as well, and this is a really important psychology sort of like trick as what's going on with you. Why is it hard to move on from people who are displaying hot and cold behavior? It's because they're scarce, okay? It's the scarcity sort of feeling, right? And the reason why that works on you, the reason why that keeps you from moving on, is because it's because it's the supply and demand, okay? They're not giving you the supply of what you want from them, right? They're being scarce, they're being absent, okay? And therefore it makes you want them more, okay? It's like in COVID when there was no loo rolls, right? Everyone was buying bog rolls all the time, right? Everyone then went out to go and buy bog rolls because there was a supply and demand issue. Like, everyone was trying to find them, even when they probably didn't even need them. Or maybe they did, but even when they didn't need them, like, well, we've got to stock up because everyone's buying them, right? It's a supply and demand issue. You might want to also tailor this to Pokemon cards, right? Everyone wants a shiny first edition Pokemon Charizard card, right? Because there's not many of them. That's why it's worth so much, right? So it makes it look desirable. KSI and Logan Paul did the same thing with their Prime bottles, right? Especially here in the UK. I don't know what it was like in the USA, but kids were going crazy about getting these Prime bottles because only a limited amount of them was shipped to the UK. And because of that, there was a supply and demand issue, right? It's a psychology trick. Now, I'm not saying that person's playing a trick on you, but that's why your mind wants them more. That's why your emotions want them more, because we tend to value things that there's not much of, and that includes people. So if you're not getting much attention from this person who's giving you hot and cold behavior, that's why it's taking you a long time to get you want to be with them. Now, I remember this specifically when I was a teenager. There was a woman that I had a huge crush on. And I remember, like, when I would eventually hang out with her, I would sit back and think, oh, you're not as good looking as I made up in my mind, right? Because I'd seen her like maybe like a few months before, and then I'd hang out with her again, and I'll just think, I've definitely built you up in my head way more than I realized. And she just didn't look as appealing when I was actually seeing her face to face than I had been fantasizing about in my brain for those last few weeks, right? And it's because because I didn't get to see her that often. She didn't really message me that much. It just created this sort of like thing in my head. And again, it's all this psychology trick of we just tend to value things where when we don't see that person very much, or we don't have that thing, we want that thing, right? If there's not many of it, if there's not much time with that person, we just want it more. Okay, so that's what you need to understand when it comes to these people who you pine after for a long time. If you don't get to spend much time with them, or they don't give you the attention that you would like from them, and they're very distant from you, it's a psychology trick that is keeping you stuck on them. And once you know that, you're able to break free of it. Knowledge is power when it comes to things like that. Once you're aware of it, it's then easy to let go. So please just focus on those people that are enthusiastic about you, okay? And to break free of that psychology trick loop thing. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If you'd like coaching with me and you feel like you need help with a specific situation, then there is email coaching in the description of this video. Basically what email coaching entails is you tell me everything that's going on. I can help sort of sift through what's happened with you to figure out maybe where things went wrong, what you could have done better, and then we'll go on to creating a plan for you of what you can do next. Okay. And basically I'll get back to you within 7 days. The cheapest option is in the description, email coaching. But if you'd like a response from me faster, then I do have emergency email coaching on my website, and I'll get back to you within about 48 hours. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.